In this article, well, it's not just one article, but one of many. Uh, the group, which I believed came from GMTV, one of the hosts, was present at the protest, and they regarded the protest to be led by far wing element. Right wing protesters demonstrate against drag queen. Now, what I find disturbing regarding the language, far right wing demonstrates against drag queen. So if you don't want to be seen as far right, then you should endorse the leftist agenda. You should endorse what goes on inside these libraries. If you remember Michelle Obama, when she had a trans went into a school and strip, etc., and that should be endorsed if you are against the far right wing element agenda. So, in other words, being concerned for the decline in family values make you far right wing. They're using language in order to control people, to confuse people. A lot of people, they don't want to be seen as racist. So, oh, in that case, I better support trans going into schools, because if I don't, I'll be seen as far right wing. And far right wing mean, white nationalism. So what they've done, they've hijacked a term and held the world to ransom with these labels. So you cannot be, here's the big example. I made in fact, I must do a second video regarding this. So if you are a white male Christian, practicing Christian, and you are concerned regarding how your children are raised and what they are confronted with, then you'll be seen as a racist. I totally stand by the protesters. I'm black. What does that make me then? A far right wing black nationalist? A far right wing what? You see, when moral black people and moral white people come together, and we can see the confusion that is being created trying to use race in order to spread immorality. That language, this far right language, then becomes immaterial. It becomes insignificant. Because what they're trying to do, they're trying to frighten people. Far right wing. In other words, if you don't want to be seen as such, if you don't want to be labeled as far right wing, then you will just about allow anything to go on, because you're scared of being labeled. It's the same thing when during lockdown, and there was a war between vaccinated and unvaccinated. It causes family to rift, and the language that was used, that if you were unvaccinated, you were seen as the enemy, and the unvaccinated went through hell. They were so terrified not to tell people that I'm unvaccinated. This is what language does to you. Language, if you can change language or empower it, almost like a magic spell, you're empowering a charm to do evil. And what they've done, they've used the term far right wing. Yes, we do know that there's a negative aspect to the far right wing element, the extreme far right wing. But when you have morals now, you're seen as far right wing. So a decent white family or black family who is concerned regarding the way society is going, especially if you're white. They won't use that term with black people. It doesn't work, you see, but it works with white people. If you can brainwash white people, I don't want to be seen as far right, then, you know, I have white friends, okay? They're far right. They got morals. They got morals, so they're far right. This is the way, this is how they, George Orwell warned us regarding this language factor. They will use language and confuse you. And this is what's happening now. So if you're right wing, then, you know, it's right wing protesters, and immediately what comes to mind is KKK. And these people, all they were decent white people. One guy actually a mixed race, and I think he's got a dog color, so I believe he's an Anglican of sort. All it is decent white people. In fact, when the Muslims, and what's interesting, the EDL, actually, so the English Defence League, teamed up with the Muslims and supported what the Muslims did. When the Muslims in Parkfields, the Muslims protested regarding having LGBTQ trans in the school, and the media did not call them right wing. You know, but they reserved that language purely for white people. You know, right wing protesters. So what if you're right wing? Why be ashamed of it? I'm right wing. I said it, not leftist. When I see the damage that leftist has done, I could create a 3-hour video. Relationships are not the same. Ever since leftist has taken over the planet, human beings don't trust human beings anymore. You know, the love between humanity has gone. Ever since the satanic leftists have enforced this cancel culture, critical race theory, people no longer interrelate on an innocent level and explore level. Now everybody regards people or each other with suspicion. This is what happens when you try to force feed this nonsense. It will backfire, and it's backfiring now. You can read the comments that people make in other videos. What's happening to this planet? What's happening to it? It's gone worse. And yeah, right wing. So I'm right wing. You know, and I say it with great proudness, with great pride. I'm right wing. So when you use that term, right wing, don't forget me. I'm also right wing too. But you see, the magic doesn't work. When they use it against black people, they have to use it on white people. That's how they're trying to control the masses. So if you got morals, etc., you believe in the Bible, you're right wing. You believe in the Bible, you're right wing. Soon they will say, if you believe in Jesus, you're right wing. Black Lives Matter did that. You see the dangers. Black Lives Matter, when they were going off into restaurants attacking white people, innocent white people having their meals, and Black Lives Matter were attacking a white Christian woman, saying, deny Jesus Christ. So you see the danger. You see the dangers of what's happening. They're using language to brainwash people. Wake up.